everyone, I'm Becky,
I'm Sarah.
and we're doing Bickering book review. Today we are talking about the fact that my phone screen goes to sleep so fast. One second. Bitten by Jordan Stephanie Gray. I can remember all the names, I just can't remember what order they go in. I got a eARC off of Edelweiss, and then I downloaded an e-audio arc off of NetGalley.
Same.
So this book takes place in the werewolf court. It is about Vanessa, and Vanessa is just like kind of like an average girl and this high school in Florida. Did they say where in Florida? Like on the beach in Florida, I guess. She's by a beach. And she goes to a party with her best friend right around her birthday, and they're attacked by wolves, and her friend gets horribly killed. Um, but Vanessa turns into a werewolf and she gets taken to the werewolf court. And every time that somebody they turn to be werewolves, they get like a power, and she has this very coveted power that they've never seen before. So she finds herself as part of this court, and she has to go to the school and like learn how to be a werewolf and how to train the werewolf, how to train to be a werewolf. And it gets way more complicated because, of course, there is a prince of the werewolf court named Sinclair who she's drawn to, but there's also his cousin, Calix, who she doesn't want to be drawn to, but in proximity, she sometimes is drawn to. But there's also a mystery of what happened to her friend and who killed her friend, and there's some other not great stuff going on with the humans. And that's about what it is about. And if you see like an actual book cover, like book version of this, it looks gorgeous.
Yeah, I mean, this book definitely kept me moving along. Like, I definitely felt compelled to kind of read through it. Like, it didn't feel slow. It moved. So I could appreciate that, especially for it being a first book.
I think it's her first book. I really enjoyed it, and I don't know if I really enjoyed it because I really enjoyed it or I've been in such a book slump. And because it moved so quickly, I was grabbed like a lot of like the twists as somebody who's read a lot of books. I wasn't all that surprised by.
No, the twist wasn't surprising. I don't know. I mean, like it was okay. Like the school thing was kind of weird, like the way that it was thrown in there. Like I'm like, "What? We're going to school now? What is this?"
I didn't think that was weird. It kind of
No,
reminded
the way that it was addressed, like the way that it was like put in there, I'm like, "What?"
it kind of reminded me of vampire academies like that, like with them going to school
Yeah.
and training and stuff. And I thought like I was trying to think, I'm like, what do I think of this book? And I always say that I'm like, I think they need more world building, but I was like, well, what would I have added? And I thought her world building was like spot on.
No, she did a pretty good job of world building.
I feel like I know about the werewolves. I know about the werewolf caste system. I know about their school. I know about the clothes. Like I don't think anybody's described clothes like this since Curacast in the selection. I liked Vanessa. I liked Vanessa's like narrative voice.
I don't know. I feel like Vanessa, it felt very like she kept running into the same issues over and over again, and it was just like I was tired of it after a while. I'm like, seriously, can we just like move along, get better, level up?
But I mean, when you're like I feel like you needed all of that for the world building though, right? Like because the characters were well developed and the world was well developed. And the relationship between the werewolf world and the human world was well developed. And I feel like, and particularly for a first book that was a fantasy.
You know what, Becky? You can say all of that. I was just annoyed, okay? Like,
Okay,
I
I'm
was
just
tired of dealing with her rage bouts, like in the same way every single friggin' time.
yeah. And like I said, I liked the romance,
Eh, that's all right.
and I obviously
I
there's
don't know, like I don't know why I wasn't taken by this book because I love me a werewolf book, but I think part of it is because I don't like royal intrigues. I don't like those
see,
books.
and I like royal intrigue, but you like the selection.
The selection is teen girl crack, as you have said. That is different. That's like
It
nine.
is.
That's different.
Um, and I said that I first read that book when it first came out. I was like right there, and they're still reading it. And that was like 4 jobs ago, so it's been a while.
That's
um,
that's entirely different.
I don't really have much to say. Like I said, I enjoyed it. Like I genuinely was like,
Well, I think the hard part for me is like I can't put my finger on like why I feel one way or another. It's just like that's how I felt when I was reading. Like I don't have specifics about it, which is weird. Like usually I can at least kind of
well, and
pinpoint.
what's weird about that, because I honestly, like, when I finished it, I'm like, what do I want to rate this? And I'm like, and I was kind of going back and forth, and I'm like, well, what should she have added? And I'm like, there's nothing that needed to be added.
Mm-mm.
And like, I don't really necessarily, you apparently didn't like Vanessa, but other than that, like, what should be changed? And I mean, and like, yes, like, obviously, love triangle with the werewolves, but I mean, that's just how, that's the mechanics of a book, right? Like,
I don't know, like I don't know, with this book it's not one of those ones where I'm like everybody should read this and I'm not opposed to reading a sequel, but like I'm not going to go out of my way to do that. Like if we so choose to do to review it in the future, like I'll be fine with it, but like I'm not going to go out of my way to read it.
and I will say, like, that is, like, I did enjoy it. I feel like if you're the right audience, this you're gonna be all in on this book. It kind of reminded me in some ways of Fourth Wing.
Hmm. I haven't read it yet, so.
Oh, so like actually reading it, I'm like, yeah, this is a good Fourth Wing read alike because you know they're 14 years old and reading that book. Like whatever.
Well, and like this book totally could hang with the adult fantasy books. Like
Yeah,
I don't know why it's teen. Like you totally could have aged it up and it'd
I
been fine.
kind of like, yeah, if they had been in college instead of high school, it would have, and maybe it depends on when she started reading writing it. But
Mm.
yeah, I think we should just rate it. Our rating system starts at the top with 5 unicorns. We got down to 2 unicorns. If we don't like it, it is a horse.
I'm just at 3 unicorns. Like it was okay.
So I'm at a 4, and I'm at a 4 partly because, like I said, I can't imagine anything that I feel like she needs to change. To me, like to be at a 3, I'm like, oh, but this needed to be fixed or this needed to be fixed. But I don't think there's anything that needs to be fixed. And I genuinely, like I said, I enjoyed it and I was interested and I wanted to keep reading. So that is where we are on Bitten, and we'll see you around.
All right,
Bye.
bye.